where I assume GT will be kicking things off on the T side. Indeed.
Well, they got some nades, including a Molotov, which is interesting. Don't always see that in the pistol rounds. And they have AP250 on Nico, which you have to love. I mean, you want to give him that weapon. He is such a menace in these rounds. They're already taking up Connector. Look how fast they are. 3 of them just jumping in there in the window as well. Hunter going to be taking out your Kinder. And now the pressure is on OC. It's one good shot, but way more return from G2. Looking good at the start of this pistol. A 3 versus 4. And the bomb, it's slowed down a bit on Hooksy. He doesn't want to go for it yet. They need a bit more control before they get that plant through.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. It is pumped the brakes for a second until they felt like they had some control, but it was all an illusion. Hooksy is denied the plant and is back to a 3-on-3. Still plenty of time here. 1 minute 10 on the clock here. And it's Hunter. He'll be next on the chopping block. Patsy continues that strong form as he finds his second frag of the round.
It's crumbling a bit the edges, this one for G2. They had the situation under control, but not so much anymore. JKS, I think, lucky to be alive, and now deciding he doesn't want to recommit to it, but they don't have to fight. Patsy eventually will get one more, a triple now on the newcomer, and it's all Nico. He's got the right pistol for it, but he's out of bullets, and he's got 6 health left. He's just trapped in this corner, and surely going to be hunted down. Rainwaker and Nafly, they shouldn't ever let this one go.
I was just about to prepare my monologue with saying how good this round was for G2. It was controlled and methodical, but overall now it looks like Nico is destined to lose this one. Needs to recover the bomb. 6 points of health, as you mentioned, but that's a hell of a shot to open things up. Level the playing field, 1 versus 1, but he's got to take down Naf next.
Up into the box, and yeah, just had to be a perfect headshot, and it wasn't. Naf will eventually get the kill. And I like the fact that they could try to play that one very slowly. After they were in that 1 versus 2, why of all players in the world, why would you want to give Nico the chance? Oh my god.
What is this one way?
He's shooting him in the toes, Henry.
What is that? But that's a really awful outcome for G2, considering how the first map went down. They found the opening 2 picks there. The A bomb site was theirs. They were looking for full control, which it felt like they found, going for the plant, unaware they could be spotted. The bomb is denied, and they have to full eco here in round number 2. It's Liquid that should have full control, but that's a hell of a shot. Nico will strike first. Takes an OC, but a lot of damage done towards the Palace position. Rainwaker will push JKS back. Should still be quite a comprehensive victory here for Team Liquid, considering there's no nades, no armor. Sure, the opening kill was nice from Nico, but that's all they've really got to work with. Everyone else on Glocks otherwise.
Oof. That's a bit risky.
Oh, hello.
I feel like we're way overdue a really good Nico Deagle round. They just, there's a lot of them. Everyone's been watching Counter-Strike for a while. You all know what it feels like. They happen every once in a while. Rarely now that the deal's been changed a bit more. Oh, they're going to get hunted down. Never mind. You can make sure that there's not going to be any more challenge shoots on that A ramp. I'm sure Nico would love to jiggle around there all day.
True. A chance would be a fine thing, but taken down. JKS remains just hoping someone makes a catastrophic error, like a jump up potentially there. Patsy was in a slight bit of trouble there, but JKS can't do anything about it. 2-0. Guns should be coming out, though, specifically AK-47s. As we get to round number 3, Team Liquid, though, a pretty idyllic start, considering they lost the first couple of frags in the pistol. Nico, that was a great shot towards CT spawn, but that's pretty much all they found. There was a moment they could have taken down Yekindar here, but not meant to be. Oh, frustration coming in early.
Think about how often we throw in excuses for new teams and say things like, well, they haven't really figured out their roles yet. Like, there's a lot to work into. Like, it could be a couple of months before, everyone knows what they're doing. On this Liquid team just doesn't seem like it's suffering from any of that. And it's a massive change, right?
And you're going up against G2 as well, who don't have many caveats attached to them. Apart from, like, I will say they lost a few days practice because Hooksy, I think he broke his leg, tore his ACL.
Oh, no.
So they definitely missed out a few days there. I know Hunter hasn't been feeling great either. But apart from that, they've had practice, and they've not changed the roster like other teams. So definitely the favorites coming into this one. I think that's completely fair to say. And we said Liquid were going to be active on their CT side, Anders. I said that's what I was looking for. They're in T-spawn right now, and no one has any idea. Literally have zero idea. They're going to be just joining the squad as double agents now.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to find Monastery. I don't even think they checked this angle high. Oh God, it's a nightmare, but still great shot from Nico. Recovers the scenario somewhat.
Yeah, but are you going? You have no confidence walking in, and they're never going to expect a second one. Your Kinder's in here. You can see they're walking back with their knives out because they just have no idea. What a ridiculous round from Liquid. And G2, this must be so frustrating.
Oh, that's a great smoke from Yekindar, suggesting he's fallen back, but he's playing in front of it. Hunter keeps the round competitive. JKS will find the man advantage here. What an absolutely bizarre round this one is, Anders, but still, G2 are in it. Hunter will get an outflight towards shore. We're going to see Patsy in the same position here. They've got a chance to plant the bomb in towards A. Patsy gives up his spot. And now, Molotov down, he'll have to jump through the window. And still has a fighting chance here. G2 have done very well to bring this to their favor. That flank was looking like it completely shut them down.
Yeah, it really did. He's not trying to be silent too much here. Does spot out Hunter a little bit, but they're going to double peek him, and it doesn't even matter. Hunter with a good headshot. What a recovery from G2.
Barely celebrating, though. Needs to get their heads in the game here. It's been frustrating. First map was very underwhelming. Losing that pistol as well in Mirage, but still, this was the shot that saved the day.
It was.
That was looking rough. The fact they had no information whatsoever. They could push from top of middle and T-spawn. They should have been punished harder for that one, but Nico hits a showstopper. And yeah, they need to count the lucky starts around us, capitalize upon that advantage now.
I don't necessarily blame either Yakinder or Rainwaker, but just to note, both of them could have walked away with the first kill, right? I don't blame them for keeping it going. I think anyone would have, because you feel like you're in such a... I think
it's just such an unusual situation. Like, you don't see it that early before. And the fact you've, like... You think you're getting multiple frags that are about to be execution. He thought he's going to swing around and see two more with nades out.
Probably, yeah.
It was just unfortunate they were so deep. He only had the MP9. But either way, let's get into the action here. Round 4 is well underway. G2 committing in towards the safe bomb site. It's Rainwaker to find them first. Flames at his feet, but he'll douse them. Bomb is down in the open here. G2 pumping the brakes once again. Flashes being exchanged, catching each other. Nico will have to walk into the comfort of the stairs.
Was it just the bullets that stopped Hoaxy? Oh, never mind. Atsy's walked through the smoke. They're so aggressive again, Liquid. Even before the bomb is planted, they're just running for it. Yakinder's going to get a couple of kills here. And it leaves Nico on his own, AK in hand, tries to continue, tries to read someone coming through the smoke, and he's going to get overwhelmed. So Liquid, yeah, they let go of that last round, which they should have won that one as well, but they're right back on track. 3-1 in their favor.
Not sure I'm a massive fan of that one from G2. Set piece from pretty much the get-go of the round. Didn't seem to have control of the bomb site at any moment. You knew they were on a weak buy here. Their money was going to be compromised. They entered with scouts, a pistol, and 3 rifles. And they just looked very calm. In the right space, at the right time. Had 3 members there. They weren't bled out of their utility at the start. They just had a chance to have a scrappy round. That's exactly what you want when you've got those sort of weapons out. And G2 didn't even get a plan there, Anders. So they're down to full eco here. 3-1 down, almost certainly going to be 4. Team Liquid will take that all day long. Another idyllic start.
And I think Bill's more frustration than being the person with the bomb was punching in the digits, and then...
One of your stars, right, as well. You got Monoseed is like trying to get that down, trying to get stuck in.
And no one's like, you know, they probably didn't have the manpower for it, but you just feel like...
If you remember, that's what kind of happened in the earlier stages as well. They couldn't get those bombs planted. It just felt like they were a bit disjointed. Not covering their angles or misunderstanding what smokes were down. But like we said, full eco here, not really much to report, I'm afraid. Now Fly is starting to tear them to bits with his AK-47. Speaking of which, a couple of those available on the CT side. This is where they'll enter their strongest form. We don't have the AWP for OC just yet, but it doesn't seem to matter. A pretty clean run of it after just losing 1 round, number 3. But maybe a timeout here for G2, because not spiraling yet, but certainly not looking too promising, I'll say that much. So round 6 underway. Monacy with the AWP. He's at 0 and 5 right now.
Looking so fresh at the moment. 4-1. I mean, again, I guess the sample size is really small. We've watched 1 map of them, but you just love to see it. We were already saying that, you know, for a team like Complexity, it looked like a pretty decent start for them, all things considered. You know, they did win their game, and, you know, it looked like they had something to build.
They seemed like they had a spring in their step, though. You could see it was reflected on the server. They looked happy. It seemed like revitalized. I'm seeing that with Liquid now as well. It seems like a promising change for both parties in terms of Complexity and Liquid.
Yeah, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
It's great news.
Those are the best kind of scenarios.
Rainwaker playing in a position. They have 4 Molotovs on the other side, and very commonly the sandwich position is Molotov. So if that happens, he's just going to have to swing for it and hope that they get something out of it here. It's being held, I think, with the AWP. OC gets a good kill there, and Rainwaker, no one Molotoved him. It's going to be m0NESY instead to take him down and leave them in a 3-on-3. But the bomb is dropped.
There's so many, like, open duels for the CT side. I'm not really sure what's going on. Like, G2, they've pulled a couple of frags back, but it's 1 by 1. And sure, m0NESY hit a couple of nice frags here. That's going to happen, but he needs an ace now. He might even win this round, Anders. But it won't be down to the execution, let me tell you that. Good effort, a noble one, I would say, considering the way G2 opened that bomb site up. That was very, very strange.
But no bomb plant, right?
No smokes really down, no flashes deployed. They were going for more of a dry peek. But look at this, like, he's not even flashed OC in spawn. He's got an M4 and winning duels against AKs coming out of Palace. Like, he's not even being made to look uncomfortable. Very clean open duels, and sure, it looks like a close round, but that's just because m0NESY got like 4 kills or 3 with the AWP.
Yeah, that's what really made that. You're right. That did make it look like it was more competitive than it really was. Flash around the corner. You can just running in there with the MP9. A blow up Hunter. Now Nico got a kill in return with the deal at the very least, but says something about how good they're feeling right now. m0NESY with another deal connection. It makes it a bit interesting. 3-on-3 now.
If they can steal one of these rounds away, that would find some sort of morale boost, and that's not bad at all. 3 shots, 3 kills, and they've got the advantage for now. Round 7. Looking a little bit troublesome here for Team Liquid, but now for a hell of a shot there from the window.
Oh my god, he's up in the ticket booth. If they would have peeked him, if anyone would have turned around to spot OC, he's probably dead as well.
True.
Naf looking for it. He's got the right idea. JKS has kind of walked this whole path under the radar.
Bear in mind, m0NESY has no armor, and he's got the bomb as well, so he's incredibly squishy here. But he's got a hell of a deagle on him, and he hits the shot twice. OC removed from the equation here. Now Fly, bit of a clutch master, and he's getting through the murder hole. And it's named that for an apt reason, as JKS will mow him down, and G2 steal the round away. Bit of a partial buy there, Anders. Nico with some stunning shot to open things up, and then it seemed that the rest of the team followed his example.
Again, I would say it's a bunch of fights that are happening in this round that Liquid don't need to take, but again, I hesitate to blame them because it's the same mentality that's won them so many other rounds.
Sure.
So if it backfires every once in a while, you almost have to say, well, yeah, that's if we're playing aggressively. You could see Patsy was peeking that position that Hooksy was in towards Delpan before the Molotov was even landing. You don't probably need to do that, but he's just, you know, I think they're feeling so good about it that they're probably willing to take a couple of more fights, and this time it backfired.
Huge round up next. Liquid, after giving up the previous round in quite a convincing manner, will be fully invested here in round number 8. All for OC, M4's otherwise lacking some incendiaries here. But overall, pretty healthy buy. We've got OC looking towards the underpass right now, and he's about to be challenged by m0NESY. Huge duel. OC, with the advantage of the positioning, will come out on top. And now, they might want to consider peeling off here. They've still got solid mid-control. AWP joined by the rifle of Yekindar here as well. Nice opportunity there for OC, but Nico will beat it to the shots, and he gets himself a double.
And he's so sure there's a second player there because he knew that OC was looking underpass, so he's going to be sure that there's someone else there that's covering OC. He's never just going to be there alone.
Good
so
point.
Nico just, I think, doing the math really quickly in his head and thinking, yeah, there's got to be someone else somewhere in this area. It's a good heads-up play for him. 3 versus 3 now. Nico's tagged up, and it's Naf again. He's been very active on this side.
I think that's been the operative word for Liquid in general, and what we've seen so far, especially on Ancient. Very active, very difficult to predict. As soon as you think you've got an advantage, you're being backstabbed. And Naf does a great job of that once again. 20 seconds, the bomb. Oh, they can never get it planted, Anders. As soon as they ever go for it, they've run out of utility or just don't deploy it. And they go for that open plant time and time again, but it seems like Team Liquid have got their number each and every time. This is the opening kill from OC. About as easy as it gets for him, holding the perfect angle. As you mentioned, yeah, it's likely going to be 2 players here. Nico reading that very well indeed. Manages to get the frag on Yekindar, but still, no plant found. And even with the maximum loss bonus, they are going to be entering with a couple of Galils here. AK-47s and a m0NESY AWP. And he is starting to come online, but currently set on 5 and 7. This should be his kill. Oh no, OC beats him once again, Anders.
He does, and you're right, this one was definitely his to take. Nice dink onto JKS, I'll throw him a little bit back. Look at Liquid's economy. They've got their backs to the wall. G2, in spite of the fact that they're down 6-2, truth is, if they win this round, they are in such a good position to claw their way back in the game. So it's a pivotal round that's coming in here, and it does look like, at least for the start of it, Liquid are doing a great job once again. Another nade. Oh, wow. It blows up NiKo.
That's insane. It was the Patsy Dink alley-ooped his teammate into finding the conversion. 5-on-3 Team Liquid continuing with the momentum we found on Ancient. Very difficult to shut them down right now. G2 managed to win with pistols a couple of rounds ago, but it's been very quiet since. The rounds they're losing, we haven't seen the bomb planted once.
Yeah.
Just bear that in mind. They're not even getting close. It's now 5-on-3, and I dare say that result will be replicated here. They haven't gone to B once. They haven't even tried anything on the B side of the map. 0 entries over here. And even though they'll attempt it this time, I dare say they're going to be in for a rude awakening here, as OC hasn't missed many shots, and this looks like an absolute done deal.
Yeah. OC hoping to see if he could challenge that one, but you're right. OC's been on point with the AWP every single time he's been challenged. Seems to be stepping it up.
Too easy.
Yeah, find another one. JKS goes down last, 7-2 in their favor. And just as, I mean, if you have a low economy, coming out with all 5 players alive is such a huge boost, isn't it?
This is very flat from G2. Success here, I'm afraid. And it did, like I said, this is flat. From a tactical point of view, the individual duels we're seeing, like, something's off. Something doesn't look quite right. It's the first game after a 5-week break with that caveat, but they're one of the few teams, especially at this event. Only 3 teams didn't change the roster. G2's one of them. And you're up against a new look Liquid. Sure, they're going to be unpredictable, but they're playing pretty solid meta game right now. Very active CT sides, aggressive, making sure they play upon advantages, not throwing anything away, decent crossfires. Like, it's all just looking like a pretty usual outing, nothing too bizarre. And for now, NiKo, he has been the shining lights in this darkness. He's finding some great deagle headshots at least. Yeah,
he's doing some work, but that is about it. I think what's really noticeable is how everyone in Liquid right now seems to be playing the kind of style that they want to see. You could see both Rainwaker and Patsy are having a good time, just kind of playing a little bit loose. Obviously, we know Yakinda wants to do that anyway.
Oh no, Modesty. Oh, just as he gets the dink as well. Okay, well, the kill was converted, so maybe they can make this run expensive at least.
Can try, give it a shot, yeah. Get maybe a little bit more. They've got the MP9 in the corner. There should be a free kill. I'm almost surprised they don't do more, but Rainwaker taking him down. Flashed in from OC. That is such a sick flash.
It couldn't have been a better flash. Like, they were so blind, and it comes in just before they swung on him as well. Beautiful stuff here. Team Liquid confirmed the half victory, 8-2. G2, take a timeout. Let's work out what's going wrong here. Discuss the options. Because, like we said, they haven't attempted even like a B split or even going up towards shore. It's just been defaults into very underwhelming A executions or an A execution off the very get-go. I'm not saying just go to B now. I'm just saying let's just maybe talk about what's going wrong. Why are we not getting the bomb down? Why are we not planting the bomb at all on this T side?
I know. Like, that's seems to be, that should be one of the basics, right? Just keep your own economy going. And
still yet to plan on a round like...
Oh, no.
They've lost, they're still yet to plan.
Look at Naf again. They haven't really gone to B, but he's still got 8 kills, which is evidence of how active he's been, even in the A attacks. He keeps trying to flank them. He keeps being active on this side, which is really sick.
Well, this is big now. OC's fired off a shot towards the apartments. Not trying to get the kill, baiting in Naf, who's pushed up. Either way, we are going towards the A bomb side, towards Tetris. A couple of players are out. That's going to be JKS. Bombs recovered from T-Spawn. Oh, no. Hunter spammed by Patsy. Fortunately, JKS can pull one back, and they're still in this round. Plenty of time. The bomb's down towards top of middle, though. NiKo sneaks out and finds the man advantage once again. I've said that many times to G2, but they are not converting these rounds.
No, they're not.
Well, Naf is coming in towards T-Spawn, and that's where the bomb is literally right now.
Yeah, he might be able to catch Hooks. Oh, he's running with a knife out. He's been hurt already. He's got no idea. Okay. So that's going to be a real shock. If he was a little bit more careful, maybe Hooksy's going to be the one making the mistake instead. But Yakinda is on his own. He's kind of central to the map. I mean, this is a winnable position. He might be able to get the first surprise kill on somebody and then roll it into the 1 versus 2 afterwards. 30 seconds left, and there's the first. Oh, no.
That was the moment.
Yeah, oh, well, the HE might just get him anyway. Modesty, he's going to get blown up. 1 versus 2, and now Hooksy's stuck with the bomb over on the ramp. Just hold the phone here. 20 seconds left, Henry.
This could unravel. This is one of those rounds that looks incredibly uncomfortable. Nico, though, as we said, he's looking solid. One of the few players turning up in an individual capacity. He makes sure the round is locked in. No plan required. As we see 3 arrive on the board for G2 here. Yeah, not much celebration yet. That's still a very precarious spot they're in. But looking better. JKS with some nice positional control at the start of the round, getting towards Tetris early, remaining patient. And we'll see round 12 come through. Plenty of cash for Team Liquid, but starting to be broken now. This is a very important round. If G2 can win this, they can still find 5 or 6 rounds, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah, that's what they're going to be thinking as well. And once again, the Liquid economy is being put to the test in this one.
Yeah.
Able to pick up the AW pieces, no problem here, but in the following round, they would be in trouble. It's real slow. It's such a slow start. And so much of it is just Nico finding important kills, trying to get something working.
That's not what you want to see after a long break where you've been redefining your strategic game, you know? You've had time, you've already worked out the roles, it's down to fine adjustments. But this is getting better. We are seeing these opening picks now more consistently. It's Monacy chiming in at the start of round number 12, but the response from Rainwaker is very quick indeed. That's towards the connector. And OC starting to find multiple frags now. He has looked incredibly sharp today.
Hunter is a very, very low boost. Very uncommon on that side. Maybe you normally boost on the box side, but they're actually getting shut down here. Nico alone in the middle. 1 with his 4 on his hands. Spot the first one out. It's a bit of a free kill for him there. Still 3 more to go with only 30 seconds here. I don't even think this can... If he had a minute left, it would be such a more doable situation. But eventually, he has to pick up the bomb and try and run for a bomb site. And yeah, it's down the middle.
Just on a hope and a prayer now, and is hoping a mistake is made. And praying he can recover the bomb and somehow get it planted with just 20 seconds remaining here. Not looking good, and he's up for every single fight. You can see he's in the zone. He's hitting his shots. He just needs his teammates to join him. Maybe a plant here. With the loss bonus in an interesting spot, that would help out for sure. And now we're on to something. He has got time to plant here, and he's got a bit of space and time. Bomb planted towards default. He has a Molotov as well. Buy himself another 7 seconds. He could definitely win this one.
How do you optimize the round down to the second? One more fight right before the bomb is planted.
Oh, he wouldn't, would he?
I can't imagine. He's walked all the way around now. If they use the smoke incorrectly... Oh, he's made a bit of noise running, hasn't he? Did they hear? I don't think they did. OC, I don't think he realizes. Oh my god, he's going to be walking up behind. Surely going to get the kill on Naf. There we go. Now it's a 1 versus 1. And smoke had better be deployed real fast here.
No!
OC gets the shot in the end. But he runs out of time, I think. Does he have it?
No, he doesn't have
it. No, he doesn't. Has to just make an escape. It's 4 kills on OC. But it's Nico winning the 1 versus 4.
He keeps on delivering. That looked like an impossible scenario. As we mentioned, the bomb was down towards middle, 30 seconds on the clock, 1 versus 3. They were triangulating around him. Piece by piece, shot by shot, Nico brings it all together, and he planted the bomb, like he said, with a second to spare after hitting a beautiful shot to bring it down to the 1 versus 2. And then, once you let him get in that sort of position, you're in a lot of trouble. What a genius move. Walking all the way through CT spawn, the murder hole already open. And he absolutely eviscerates them upon entry. 8-4. G2. Massive round to pick up, but the aggression continues here. 5-7 dropping down, and it finds the bomb. Oh no! Rainwaker will be taken down, fortunately, but they've been rumbled here. Do they keep continuing to pushing towards the A side?
Oh, I don't know how Nico won that fight. He was really disadvantaged in that one. Important shot for OC to save his own life, I think. 3 on 3. Deep grenade landing on Monacy. And they're committed to it. They're going straight for the bomb plant to see if they can finally do it. Patsy's thinking about it, but he goes wide and it's inside of the smoke, and he sticks around for Monacy to pick him off. So now it's down to OC and Naf. 2 versus 3 here. And they're on opposite sides. One of them in the middle. Oh, shot right in front. That's scary. Flash to set it up. Naf trying to go for the swing, but at this range, the MP9, it shouldn't be winning the fight, but it will anyway. Hunter goes down.
Here we go. There is a chance. Time is of the essence, of course. It might not be worth it at this stage. The bomb is ticking at some pace, but they're going for it. Smoke down, incendiary deployed, but JKS mowing them down there. Double kill on the AK-47, and that is another huge round. Nico has set themselves up for a resurrection here. They need to come online, and that massive clutch he won And the 1 versus 3 has actually broken the back now financially of Team Liquid. This was a huge round to recover as well. They lost the bomb at the A ramp to kick things off, courtesy of a 5-7.
Yeah, here's a horrible start to the round, but it's also a force-up from Liquid, so you're absolutely right. Money is gone.
Yeah, this is a problem now. So after what was the absolute perfect start here for Team Liquid, starting to crumble now somewhat, as we'll see the first couple of kills come in. Rainwaker making things a little bit interesting with that P250. He'll take down Nico, but that's about it. Patsy and OC remain. G2 needs to be careful. It's last round next, but don't want to be giving over any AK-47s to these pesky CTs. OC and T-Spawn. Patsy in the correct spot, but with no armor and just the P250, I think his days are numbered. You're going to be checking this bench before you go for the plant. It doesn't matter. Hunter, nice shot. And we've got round number 15 around the corner here. This is, it all comes to a head, you have to say, Anders. What a recovery. 4 in a row, and it all started with a Nico 1 versus 3.
Good to see that actually can revitalize the team a little bit, because, again, I think flat was the word that we kept bringing out about G2. It really looked like they weren't very inspired at all, but that is such a sick round, and now they're all on board. 6 rounds as we go into round number 15. This is teams that we're playing a little bit like G2 are right now, where it's an attempt to try and structure the game, slow it down a bit, like hold on, take reasonable fights and all the rest of it. Like, it feels like that's what they're doing. And Liquid right now are playing much more of that new school style, and it's probably because of players like Rainwalker and Patsy who are going to be, you know, ready. They're going to try and see if they can take those fights, and it's been working really well. Maybe G2 can slow down the game enough that they can play their own style a bit more, but right now Liquid still seem like they are in control.
Nico not slowing anything down here. He's looking for that early pick, and my God, is he ever going to get it? Rainwaker, though, responding towards the A ramp, and OC would have a solid shot there. He'll shut down the B push, and it's back towards middle we go. Patsy will be defending the window, but not for long. Hunter, the master of the position, will be bringing it back to a 3 versus 3. Plenty of time to work with here as Yekindar trying to rotate, scramble even towards CT spawn, hunting for information as to where G2 are heading next.
He just swung the AK, didn't he, in the window?
That was wild.
He wasn't supposed to win that fight, but he just did it anyway.
Well, he's had a very quiet showing today, so good to see Hunter finding some form.
Low on health was Rainwaker as well. Probably in an interesting position, all things considered. Very hard to check, and if they go for the bomb plant, then they got the uncomfortable fact of the CT being in Palace. You never really want that. Smokes up, trying to clear it out, but are you going to be expecting this one? As long as Yekindar can stay alive, he can distract from Rainwaker on the other side, and it could be a really fun... Oh, he's got the right idea. Bomb gets planted and he doesn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, there was a real chance that could have all fallen apart there, but it is the 3-on-3. Rainwaker waiting patiently towards the A ramp. Monacy has no idea. In terms of utility, plenty of flashes and smokes here. There's still a good chance for Liquid.
Flash to set it up. Rainwaker is a couple of steps away. Still hasn't really peeked. And now Monacy, it's too late. He knows. Takes down Rainwaker, and yeah, they know everything. Obviously, 15th round, they're going to go for it here. OC with a good shot. Can't quite spin around. Still a 1 versus 1. And Hunter relocating into it. But yeah, time is up. No kit on Yekindar, so there's nothing he can really do about it. It will be a 7th round for G2 at the end of the whole thing. That is quite miraculous for them. Well done. We'll see if they can continue this into the second half. It's after the break.
Players are there.
Could be fun.
All 5 players are there, Anders.
We'll see if they get a chance to.
And they've got 2 smokes.
Look at what G2 are doing on the other side. It's a huge mind game. You'll never double check this one. They are throwing in some of the early ones, still saving a smoke on a Molotov. And oh, Naf checking it, and Rainwaker coming up behind him. This should have worked way better for the G2 defense. I'm shocked.
It didn't really work at all, unfortunately. They get absolutely walloped upon entry. The smokes are down. They're not pushing CT spawn, but the bomb will be planted here. Is there anything they can do to deny the plant? I'm not sure. They are starting to swing through now. JKS Hunter chiming in with a couple of kills. They've still got 2 more to find. Hunter remains with the dual elite. He's got armor as well. There's a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough. Team Liquid are a pretty convincing pistol round here on the T-side campaign. The double stack towards Sandwich, Anders. You said you liked it. What did you like about her?
Well, in any other round, you could expect for that position to be Molotov in some way, and obviously then it's no longer going to be that great. But in a pistol round, I doubt if anyone will check for the second player. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
so it could have been a really, really sick, little lineup.
Unfortunately, when the first player swings out of the Palace position, even though there are 2 there, your teammates are coming in face checking it, hard checking it, right? So even up to there, you're still getting the information. You need at least a first kill to go in your favor, I think, to have that element of surprise. Worst of both worlds come through, you get spotted, then you're taken down, but there's Monacy. A monstrous shot with the scout, opens things up, takes down Rainwaker, and there's no quick reply here, so a chance. G2 with the force buy here, of course, and we're going to see Patty try and recover the situation, but he's done it with the bomb. That's a nightmare maneuver, and it's still possible to recover this, but that might not have been the play.
Yeah, point-blank range. You get to the 5-7. You just never want to be close to that pistol, do you? JKS hoping, or maybe thinking about doing the jump up, but he also knows he's got a lot of responsibility here. Bomb right next to his feet. Yakindas walked into the middle, but he's got no idea Hooksy's there.
This is still massive, though. They have no idea he could make it through the murder hole. Like, Hooksy's, as far as he's concerned, he's covering that.
Yeah.
Maybe he calls that there's a window, there's an opportunity, he could have made it through, so they'll be at least aware of it, but it doesn't look like they are. This is big, as Yekindar might confirm the round of that kill alone. There's going to be JKS still towards the dark position, and now they know exactly where Hooksy is. It's all starting to unravel now. JKS gives himself up. 2 versus 1, 35 seconds. Flashbang deployed as he tries to get to a more advantageous position, but now Flight, he's booking it. He's going over towards B, but JKS can actually beat them there.
Oh, that would be a disaster, wouldn't it? Yeah, he's going to be there way quicker.
Oh, yeah. If Nafly doesn't slow this one down, if he runs in with the knife out alone with no trade, I think JKS wins this. I dare say JKS might have an advantage here, but he's peeling off. He's not feeling it, but
he's close
remains
enough.
a B.
Close enough that he could hear the bomb plant. Could he get out in time? Ooh, it's a little bit of a worse position. There we go, right on top. Look at the smoke. Huge for JKS, and there's no time. He just has to stay alive for another second. What a play. He had to win this round. He'd started it, and he finished it as well. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, indeed. That was the force buy. It all started with a Monacy no-scope headshot. We then saw the bomb denied. Oh, it was a scope. I beg your pardon. It was a headshot with the scout, with the scope. But that shot with JKS finds the bomb. That was the moment things started to get very uncomfortable, right? You could see he's going for the trade, and he wanted to go earlier, but the fact he loses the bomb, that makes things very complicated indeed. JKS, though, 2 versus 1. Reads the situation perfectly, gets to spam through the smoke, and there's a force by him, responsive and Team Liquid, but shut down early. Ekendar gets a taste of it. Nico, early frag, and he wants a bit more here as well. OC will challenge through the smoke potentially here, and he might slip the net. Apparently not. That's wild from Nico. 3 kills in total. Very, very convincing and comprehensive round here.
Just running a protocol at that point, I knew. You get the shot over, and you just continue the spam into the smoke just in case. And it's worked out. Just Rainwaker left. And you know, it could be still nice if they could get a little bit of damage in this one. Even you know you're probably not going to win the 1 versus 5 with just a deagle, but
probably not. I think that's fair, Anders. It's a hot take.
Yeah, I've left some room in case I'm wrong.
Just in case. 5 on 1, half HP, no bomb, and just deagle. But doesn't work out for him. G2 might have saved themselves here with a couple of massive clutches here. It's the Nico 1 versus 3, the JKS 1v2. That's what's required to get them back online here. The job's not done yet, but they should be taking the lead after this round. That was the force buy from Liquid. Should be the full eco here. Lost stage bonus only at the 2nd stage. And so it is, round number 19. Maybe just one of those gimme rounds. You can't really do anything. You've got no upgrades across the board, no utility, no armor. Might as well use it as a bit of a timeout. Enjoy yourself. See if you can find a kill or 2, as they'll do some damage towards Hunter. And yeah, 1 kill is about what you would expect, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. There's nothing else really to say. Hunter.
There's some smiles. It's looking better over there now.
They should be. I feel like the tide is turning in their favor. They're now leading the game 10-9. I mean, it's a 1-round lead, but given how everything else played out so far,
the way it was looking, they were 8-2 down in the first half. Bear in mind.
Damn.
So yeah, that was not looking very good whatsoever. But we are going to see some very convincing rounds in the last few, and Yekindar, though, unfortunately, this time will find Monacy. That's a hell of a shot with the AK-47, and he's not done just yet either. Adds a 2nd to his tally. Nico continues his strong form as well, but Rainwaker, he's committed now. The flames behind him. He has to challenge Hooksy, and he seems to be aware of it. Nice spot here with the MP9. Should have the advantage, but the flashbang's pretty brutal, and down he goes. That's great teamwork, Anders.
Yeah, leaving nothing to chance. But obviously the highlight of the round so far is Kinder wrecking them with the AK in the middle. Some shots even coming through, connecting on Nico, leaving him low enough that he has to be a bit passive here. There's not much he could do to try and jump through the window, stop the bomb plant like JKS is doing. You're not going to be able to do that with just 21 health left. So might have to just walk away with the Galil in hand. Yeah.
Not the best. No one's loving that idea, but I think it's one that has to be seen through. But round 20, there it is. You're right. It's all about Yakandar there. Mid-aggression. Like we said, that tag team combo that's kind of starting to present itself between Patsy and Yakandar. Two very scary, aggressive riflers.
They really are.
And on the CT side especially, like stifling play, pushing every single round, finding those split-second windows of opportunity to leap through and sabotage your opponent's efforts. It's been very fun to watch. You wouldn't think this is a brand new roster with their first showing on LAN. Here's a look at the Yakandar shots as well. Super calm, confident with his shots as well. This flashbang as well. Nice showing from Rainwaker there. Like a lot of people would think, right, he's going to go in and find that pick. He really bought enough time, waited for his teammates to rotate over. Perfect flash, and that saves the day. If he goes down there and sets Hooksy up with the MP9, gets him in the zone.
And with the kind of money that G2 have right now, where it's just enough that you can buy the M4, but you're not going to have really almost anything else. Like, it's really weird. But they don't have a choice, do they? 13-11.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, you're not going to have the AWP, unfortunately, but you're going to have the 5 M4s. Interesting to note as well, not a single silenced M4 for G2. They are M4A4 across the board, like on Mirage. So take from that what you will. Personal preference, maybe map dependent, but you don't see that too often. So that does add to the financial woes, right? It's a couple $100 more.
Probably some maps, if you were on Vertigo, which is the final map, maybe you pick up another couple of silenced M4s.
Fast play.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, no one's here.
Straight.
No one's home.
I'm not wrong. They don't even realize now. They do, and they come back in. Look at the spray. How does JKS continue that into a headshot? I don't know.
But we'll take it all day long here. They had literally no one on the A side. Everyone was focusing towards top of middle and connector. Open bomb site, and some way, somehow, JKS and Honesty spraying wildly into those smokes. Find 3 kills total. Not done just yet, but maybe we are now. Nico towards short and find Yakandar, and now it's just Nafly in towards Palace. Try and keep this one expensive. It's unlikely he gets a kill now. They know exactly where he is. He's got some flashes, sure, but they've got 8 cheese, and that will land right at his front door.
That's so much control at the start of the round. It's shocking that they don't get more out of it. I guess they lost the top mid fight as well, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but for getting that deep onto the bomb site with no warning at all, you would have wanted to see Liquid do a lot more in this round. So good defense from G2. You got to give it to them. JKS, I'd love to see that spray replayed just because it's so ridiculous to make a transfer at that range and still get the headshot on the second one. Naf is playing for all the marbles. Going to get the kill. Still at 25 seconds and was rotating towards the B bomb side. Surely there's no way he can do anything more.
Well, it is Naf. But, yeah, I think you're onto something there. There's 10 seconds remaining. His days should be numbered. Oh, hello. It's a little bit sloppy from Honesty giving that one up. Just speculatively spraying towards top of middle. Loses his AK.
Yeah.
If they didn't recover the AK, that's actually kind of a big deal. You obviously can't buy those on the CT side. And he had the AK-47. That's a great weapon to give to one of your riflers. It doesn't really affect Modesty. He's the author, but give that to Nico, for example. That's what he's going to do his best work. So just a small note there. As we'll get into round 26, tactical timeout. JKS, that's the big spray down we were talking about.
And that's in spite of the fact that we did see on the replay the really cool smoke thrown by Yakinda in T-spawn.
Nico, at least considering the idea.
Oh, that's a very decent grenade. You love to see that. Already tagged up before they really get into it, but a much better return. Yakinda right at the edge of the box. Gets a wallbang headshot on the JKS.
That might be it. There's no one else on A. Nico's in T-spawn. I don't think you go for this one. The money's too bad.
Yeah, and they don't even know it, but Patsy is flanking them. So even saving could be a really, really hard call right now.
They go for it. Nico, like, I guess it's all on him. He's the linchpin here. If he finds a couple on the flank. But if they lose this round, Anders, they just don't have the resources. They'll get $1,900 per player into the next one. They're fully invested. Time is of the essence. We're over halfway gone and no kills have been found. Are they going for this?
They still are, but it's really slowed down now. Patsy's going to be walking up behind him. Nico gets called on the flank. There is someone defusing. Oh my God, it's out of the smoke. How does it happen? Hooksy's stolen the round.
That's unbelievable. They commit with, what, 10 seconds remaining on the bomb. A 5-on-3. They get a couple of kills. The smoke is down, and no one is considering the full defuse potential there. Let's see if we can work out exactly where it started to go wrong. So it's Hooksy on the defuse. The smoke deployed. We had all the flanks coming through. And no one was watching the bomb. It looked like there was no way they were going to do anything with the round, but it's an absolute nightmare scenario for Liquid. G2 still yet another round away. We're all tied up. There is enough in terms of the finances to buy up into this one. Round number 27, like both teams feeling it. For masses for G2, the AWP is out, and Nico with that first frag, he'll find Patsy this time.
Kindar's made his way through the smoke dome and connector, and I think Nico already has an idea. JKS definitely does. Now, oh, it's the USP headshot. Come on, man. Taking down Yukindar. 3 versus 4. Bomb trying to make its way there, but Nico is just an unstoppable force right now. He's got 28 kills. The bomb is going to be planted, sure, but he should have done enough already here.
Unbelievable scenes. Nico is playing like an absolute beast right now. OC can't hold on. And a big sigh of relief there. Nico picks up 4 more kills in the round. Absolutely destroys them upon entry. G2 go up 14-13 here. Bomb planted again. Money still available for Team Liquid. The job not done just yet, but here's the replay with that FAMAS. Just as the smoke fades away. It was the USP kill that intrigued me. So yeah, it's clean through the smoke towards the steps, of course. That was a beautiful shot. And now they're feeling it. They've had to dig so deep here to find some of these insane rounds. That retake has still baffled me.
I know.
It takes an in-game leader with balls, Anders, to make that call and say, let's go for this one. The money's completely ruined. If you lose it, the game might be over.
It's unbelievable. You had the Nico 1 versus 4, then you had the defuse inside of the smoke at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, some couple of really questionable rounds.
JKS 1v2 as well.
Yeah, you're right. Well, here we go, out of the palace. They don't even realize what's happening before Rainwaker is taking down a couple of players. Monacy trying to recover the scenario. Nearly could have got the shot there, but he's going to get shot in the back of the head instead. Hunter and Hooksy, 2 versus 4, and Liquid are just out fighting.
This is a real duel now. It's getting really scrappy out there. No love lost between these two teams.
They don't have the money, Liquid. Oh, G2, look at it.
Oh, that's what I was talking about before with that retake. They had no cash to even justify what looked like an impossible scenario. But yeah, no chance for Hooksy to go defuse this one. That's going to be 14-14. Very quick, very spryly in towards the A side. And he said it, just pretty simple Counter-Strike. Hit your shots and go for the key choke points here.
Yeah, they felt the weakness at that A-bomb, so they try to hit it over and over again. Half the time or more, they run into Nico, and that's, you know, it's not exactly weakness. But this time they managed to get the better of him. Saving the AWP. I mean, to be honest, you got to play like Monacy. You give him the AWP, he could probably win the round with it.
Well, Hooksy's got the armor and the defuse kit. I don't know, you're dead on. But like the book suggests that Hooksy keeps the AWP here.
Man.
Okay, the book of Counter-Strike. We all know it. We've all read it.
I'm gonna veto that. You're not wrong, but
like that's. I agree with you. Like Monacy, like regardless of armor, like Hooksy's 7 and 20. You know, like and Monacy's 23 and 21. So moment, like you could take the eco. There was enough there to maybe justify a save, but they're going for it. It's gonna be FAMAS's, the Eagles, and the AWP. And I don't disagree with that. I think this might be the right call, to be honest with you. Yeah, Monacy can save the day here. Maybe not if he doesn't have everything he needs.
On the flip side, right, if you give it up, you're playing for overtime, which is...
Exactly, but...
Doesn't feel great.
I think this is the right call. We'll see what they can make of it. It's not a great scenario, but we'll see if this little active inquiry towards the A ramp will work out for them. It's going to be JKS with the MP9 in hand. Tucks himself in.
I was questing a Nico Deagle round earlier. Didn't really get it yet.
This might be it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's high on the menu for me.
So it's all down to Nico. JKS is more of the distraction, the baits, if you will.
Yeah. Could do some real
If he
damage.
gets one, that's enough.
Not quite. Rainwaker able to pick up one there, but Naf able to return the favor. Nico just the one kill with the Deagle. They're going to Molotov up this sandwich position, and what do you do here?
You might as well see what you can do, I guess, because, it's a really important round. You fully invested. Lost stage is, again, $1,900 in the next round. You have to keep... Now you're not going for it. All three players need to survive, Randers. That goes without saying, but... do you want to justify the hunt if you're Liquid? You can justify it, I suppose. You're going to get 3,500 per player into the next round yourselves, so maybe a couple of players can be thrown into this one, the hunt. If even you get one of them, especially if it's Monacy, that would be huge, but they'll be holding on.
Yeah, they're playing it cool. What a tough position for G2 to be in after all the work they put in, right? 30 kills on Nico.
Absolutely, but it hasn't been like they've been resounding team victories the rounds have been picking up, right? Which is fair enough. Like G2, that's what this team is designed to do. Win the big clutches, have those individual performances. That's totally fair. It's just that those are the rounds they're mainly picking up here. It hasn't been any real clinical team-based rounds, but we're seeing more of them now. They'll need one here especially to try and take us to overtime here. If you're just joining us, this is the pick of G2. It was Ancient to kick things off, but Liquid actually kind of owned them, to be honest with you. Ran away with it there. Active C default, slow things down. Go for another set piece. For now, trying to crack things open towards middle with the AWP.
If they can't get it into overtime, then they risk, or they will be losing a 2-0 fashion to this brand new Liquid team. And
won't feel
Liquid,
great.
I mean, this is a big scalp that they're going to be taking down early on in their careers. Rainwaker on the other side of the map from the last round, taking down Uxie, who was out for information, hoping to put a little bit of pressure on them on that side, but he's absolutely called out.
Would have liked the flash there from Monacy before he swung, but doesn't work out. Bit of damage inflicted to OC, but still, the headline is a 5-on-4 here at series points for Team Liquid. This would be a massive upset with the context that G2 came out of this player break 5 weeks since the last official. They didn't make a roster change. They've had time to redefine themselves, reinvent the tactics. And all leads here, the FAMAS defending the A-bomb side does a pretty good job, but still, a 4 versus 3.
Look at the bomb.
Oh, you're right.
And this is exactly a round. Wouldn't even call it over-rotating. G2 almost have to be very active.
Monacy's there. He's on shore with the AWP, though.
Yeah,
it's not all said and done, Anders.
Does he have...
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, he's just coming back now and realizing that... Oh, my God! How does he get the shot? Patsy's dead and the bomb's on the ground.
Here we go. That's what he needed. That's the access point here. And now they're starting to scramble. They're looking uncomfortable. They know they've given him an inch. And he often takes a mile, looking at the perfect position as well. OC doesn't want to challenge him. 15 seconds remaining. They are starting to shrink here to save the day.
He's running right in. He knew. Oh, 10 seconds. Great play. Hunter with the double. And just like that, there's no time. He can't get it. It's impossible. He simply ran out. It will be overtime. G2, they keep the dream alive.
I can't believe it. As soon as you see Monacy in a position, there's only one way he can do it. If he denies the plan, if he makes them uncomfortable, he gets a slither of information. A player jumping across right there. And he knows that's his chance. Patsy leaping into the safety of the bomb site. His wings are clipped. The bomb goes down. And then you can see the round collapse around Team Liquid. Everything's reset now. We go to overtime. G2 remain on the CT side. And they've got everything they need now. No FAMASs this time, and there's a double AWP setup to revitalize the G2 roster.
They were so zoned out between Hunter on the one side and obviously Monacy on the other side. There's nothing Rainwaker could do to try and get that bomb plant down. What a miserable position to be in. But you're right, here we go. Double AWP, and the money problems are gone for G2, at least for the moment.
This has been my favorite series so far, I think.
Absolutely.
It's had it all. So
classic Nico performance.
Absolutely.
I mean,
like when nothing else is working, you can always rely on Nico.
Yeah. Got to be one of the most consistent players
absolutely
we've ever seen. Hunter gets a bullet to the face. Patsy will pick up the early one there, and Nico, he wants to stick around because he's got Monacy at the top, so he has to stay and defend him, and he will, at least for the one. JKS with a good spray traded, and Monacy gets shot, and I think that's because they didn't realize there was a second player there. Nico getting blown up as well, and Liquid are right back, shaking off that loss in the 30th round.
Beautiful CS here from Yekindar. Love that. Great understanding of the advantage, the potential threats, the common positions. Clears it all. Hits everything. In-game leading now as well. And it's just going to be Hooksy remaining. This was a double orb setup they entered the round with. Only one will be leaving, but the looks of things, T's can obviously justify a bit of a hunt here. Don't really need to save the AKs, especially win this first round. CTs do need to be careful in the finances of overtime because the double orb setup is only sustainable for the first 2 rounds. If you lose both of them, you might even have a couple of pistols if you want to keep that up. So saving an orb is actually pretty important here, to be honest with you. There it is, Team Liquid. Once again, punishing that A-bomb site. Yekindar with some beautiful shots here. It all started here, though, with a Patsy kill towards Shaw. Hunter didn't see it coming. And like I said, Yekindar has a great understanding. That flashbang is just so spot on from OC.
Yeah.
Shuts them down. Really clean round.
It's a rough position to be in if you're Monacy in the middle because Nico does get the kill on Patsy and Underpass, and they just think that's probably it, you know, like they're not doubling up an Underpass, we're fine.
Sure. And
then he walks away from it and ultimately gets shot in the face by Yekindar, but Rainwaker was still down there. 16-15, first team to 19, as you could tell. Double orb still intact. Oh, he was thinking about it, wasn't he, OC? Maybe pull the trigger next time, and it could have actually maybe played out. Double aggression on the A ramp for G2, so a little bit of a switch up in their defense. They've been here before, but I think it was Deagle and MP9.
Yeah, we haven't seen G2 as active as Liquid were.
No.
It's not to say that that's the only way to play the map, but a noticeable difference for sure. Nico, key frag here towards top of middle. Brave swing as well. He takes a lot of damage on Rue, hoping he can stay alive here. It's Hooksy AWPing towards the B apartments. Looks like he's got a kill pretty much guaranteed here. They'll swing directly into his crosshair. There it is. Rainwaker offers himself up. Nico chiming in for connector once again. 5-on-2 now. Naf and Yekindar segregated for now, but they're going to join up in T-spawn. Speaking of which, JKS, big spray, will confirm the round here. That's going to be 1-1. As just Yekindar remains. Now, he has for 40 seconds here. It's not looking too interesting just yet, but if JKS did give that kill away, you never know. He'll be repositioning and should have the frag here. It's a nice spot. And Yekindar, yeah. All we can really hope for is a massive mistake is presented, but doesn't seem to be the case here.
Yeah, again, trying to run the clock down a little bit, maybe hoping and baiting G2 into that mistake, which is what Nico did, right, in his 1 versus 4.
Exactly, that's a good point. That's all he was doing, just making a lot of noise, suggesting the round's over, you've already given it up. But how calculated was that? He found that kill, what, like 7 seconds left on the clock, planted with 4. That was the perfect clutch. Like, you couldn't have done much more of it. I was even suggesting, like, well, at this stage, just try and bait out mistakes, see if you can hold on to your weapon. Like, he was going for much more than that. Takes a very special breed of player, Anders, to be able to pull that one off.
It's kind of shocking that he doesn't die there. I mean, OC had the lineup. Obviously, he clipped the wall, so that's why Nico gets to stay alive. Could have been a very different round if that shot connects from OC.
True. Double orb set up again. I suppose Hooksy's had a bit of a rough time over towards B. 8-21, like when all else fails, get the orb in his hand. As long as he's good for 1 like he was in the previous round, that will help things out. That certainly helps as well. It's a little bit more consistent as we see another double kill for Nico towards middle here. Trying to drag G2 over the finish line if possible. Looking for that 2-1 here in the first half of overtime. It's a 5-on-2. Looks like they've done enough. Now Fly, OC, remain. Might as well give it their best effort. Had stats at the very least here. First kill won't be going in favor of NAF and poor old OC. Didn't even get a look into the round. Yeah,
not much he could do at this stage. A little bit of a flick. He can certainly warm up the AWP, try and, you know, make a little bit of highlight reel for himself, but not going to be any chance to really bring it back. Minute on the clock here.
Give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. It's the last round of the first half of overtime, so there's nothing really to lose. Nico with 35 kills. It's so ridiculous when he's having these games, and he has them way more than most players will ever come close to, where he is just, like you said, dragging his team to a win. Like, it doesn't matter if anyone's underperforming or Nico will just try and get a double or a triple kill every single round.
It's wild. Like, you could see it in the early stages. Like we said, they were 8-3 down. No one was fragging, but Nico kept finding the 1-digs. Yeah. He kept showing that he's gonna keep you on your toes, and he certainly has done more than that. As you mentioned, 30+ kills, what is it, 35. So yeah, continuing the amazing form we've come to expect with him, but his teammates, some of them especially, a little bit absent here. But OC giving it his very best effort to be annoying at least, slow it down, take away some of the momentum, and another Stellar performance here from Nico. Big double kill with that AK-47. And it will be 2-1 overall, so taking the lead. So it will be first to 19. 18-18, we do it all over again, as we'll have another timeout here to discuss
options. You could say 17-16.
Would be fair to say.
This time it's Yakinda in the middle, trying to see if he could do what Nico did earlier with the double kill, but he's going to get shut down. Hunter able to bring him to his doom. OC will take down Monacy, and it's a 3 versus 4.
Liking OC's contributions today. Looks quite assertive.
Yeah.
Been pretty on point as well. Most of the shots connecting here. That's a lovely one. And he's getting information towards B now as well. Funneling them towards the A side. They have to commit towards A. Nico locked in at the sandwich. 4 on 3. Still a chance they can fight their way out of this one with JKS towards one of his trademark positions here.
And I think OC's checked out almost all of the B hallway. So they have already feel pretty good about holding this position on the Liquid side of things. Got a 1-man advantage. You know that they're probably, even OC's now sneaking into the middle, so they're going to be very quick with their rotation.
So, biding their time. 2 players now towards Sandwich, looking to boost up on the steps.
And be real quiet about it. Anything could give up the game right here. Nico not getting spotted at the moment. This is a little bit interesting. Actually, maybe OC could get peeked. That would be frustrating. If you've got 2 people at CT spawn, you don't really want to get peeked in the middle, but yeah, he's got the idea. There's Nico, but he still goes down. Good recovery from OC. He probably should have been dead, and now there's only 24 seconds here. JKS, good spray on the first, even better on the second. Rainwaker is out of it, and just like that, it's a 2-on-2.
It was looking so good for Liquid. JKS, though, finds an even keel here for the 2 versus 2. They have no utility remaining. Up against the AWP of OC and an Alpha M4. Great flashbang here. A double, in fact. The swing of it comes in now. That's a guaranteed kill. JKS goes down. Hunter, he's had a quiet performance in this series so far, but this would be an absolutely epic clutch to pick up, Anders.
They need him right now. 20 kills. Stepping out into it. Easy shot onto OC, but Nafas on the other side, and he'll spot him right at the edge of the smoke. And with the kit in his back pocket, they're going to be able to get that defuse in, so Liquid will tie up the game, make it 17-17. Oh my God, that was close. Those are 2 on 4
that was a fun round, though. That was really cool. You could see that's G2 slowing it right down, coordinating their plan of attack, how they're going to get that bomb planted, what comes next, waiting for their moment of opportunity. And then it was JKS, big double spray down after a decent Molotov in spawn as well. Softened them up, got the double kill, bomb planted, but a big clutch. You can see Nico. Thought they should have had that one. It slips away. A good recovery from G2 in this series. It looked like they were down and out, didn't have anything left in the tank, but still very viable. They can take this second map, and it's looking likely to be a B-side approach here, at least in terms of the initial setup. But we have got the AWP of OC. This time in the apartments, Yakindar will peel off.
Yeah. I love this. This is one of the big luxuries of having a strong AWP that's anchoring the B-bomb side like OC's been. Is you're going to be able to rotate everyone towards middle or A.
It feels a lot more comfortable when the AWP gets there. That's why Hooksy was switching to that setup as well. You feel like you're getting bullied, you feel like you can't really hold on. At least you have early warning system at that point and the good potential for 1 kill, then you can fall back. So, yeah, very powerful on that side of the map. And we will see a slower approach here. G2 encroaching on the connector right now. Patsy lying in wait with Yakindar towards window.
Gotta be careful. This connector position is powerful. Hooksy, though, getting caught, and the bomb dropped on the ground. It just rolls on into the bomb site. Now they pretty much have to at least take a couple of steps forward to pick it up here. The pressure is on, and like we mentioned earlier, there's already 4 people at the A bomb site because of OC's position. He's rotated on over. A 3 versus 3 as Rainwaker goes down, and Yakinda's playing right at the edge. Hunter is in front, but again, the bomb is going to be lost to G2. JK is swift on the return, and now it's Naf and OC left.
Oh, it's coming down to the minutiae once again. 2 on 2, no bomb planted, but 20 seconds remain. JKS once more finds the advantage, but can they hold on to it? It's Nafly, the absolute master of the 2 versus 1 scenario. They'll go for the plan. He knows this is the chance for him to reposition, try and find that first kill, which he'll deliver on all fronts. 1 remains, and Hunter, with a huge swing, a confident one, finds the headshot, finds a map point here, saves the day, and we go 18-17. Liquid with a must-win round up next.
It's crazy that they end up losing this round, Liquid. Positionally, they had everything going for them. They get the early kill, and it's on Hooksy who's carrying the bomb. and they had already 4 people at the A bomb site. I would have expected for Liquid to pick up this round, but yeah, like you said, very assertive fight there for Hunter.
Yeah, he was in a bad position. He knew it. Had to swing for the info, and a double AWP set up on the T side here. I assume they'll throw one away.
Oh dear.
Well, that's one way of getting rid of him. The AWP will be removed by Yakindar, actually. And we're burning at the top of middle as well. It's getting awkward, but Hooksy, he recovers it. Back to a 4-on-4. Nothing separating these two teams in the last few rounds. Well, we're going towards B, Anders.
It's a very rare shot from Odyssey to miss there, but he did. You're right, they're trying to go for it. Naf in a good position here, but can't find a headshot. The spray fails him, and they're going to get Patsy. It's Nico taking up the AWPing to some reason, and G2, they're 2 kills away from picking up the map and putting us on a 3rd on Vertigo. They have not let go of the dream, even though it was looking miserable at the start. First map didn't go their way. The second map looked like they were going to get wiped out as well by Liquid, but they brought it back. Nico especially, 37 kills, and OC goes down last. What a performance from Nico, and what a performance from G2.